when kids say they're trans, and this is a guide for thoughtful parents who want their children to thrive, who love their child, they want to be supportive, but they actually don't think socially and medically transitioning their child is the best way to really help the child with their real problems. So this book offers all the information that a parent may need to know. What is the current research? What do we know and not know about these gender transitions? Why are kids suddenly announcing a trans identity? What is ROGD? So it gives parents the info they need to know to make an informed decision, but also helps them with some of the delicate, complicated, practical things they need to do. They need to navigate conversations with extended relatives, with the kid's school, how to actually manage conflict with the child, how to care for themselves, but also practical strategy to help parents, feel more confident and capable of dealing with this, because a lot of parents are described that they feel totally lost, like they don't feel right about affirming, but they don't know exactly what to do. It's remarkable to me, sometimes we hear from parents who say, for the last 2 years, I've been struggling with this issue, and I didn't even know that there were therapists and psychologists and doctors offering a different perspective, because everybody that I interacted with at my kids' psych hospital or my kid's therapist office or my kid's doctor, everybody was just using this kind of cookie cutter affirmation model that says you have to follow the child's declaration. You have to move on to the next step, which is get the haircut, get the binder, change the wardrobe. So some parents surprisingly don't even know that there's another perspective. And it's actually a perspective shared by a huge number of professionals, doctors. This is the most controversial area of psychology and of medicine. And yet, a lot of times you go to your therapist and you might get the impression that there's a complete consensus on what to do. And actually, that's not true at all. This is an incredibly hotly debated topic. And we see detransition stories coming out left and right. And we know that there's a real scandal going on here. So for parents who have been out there looking for an alternative perspective, we're so glad to hear that people are finding their way to things like our podcast, our book, our membership groups, your GenSpec's incredible organization. So we're glad that parents are finding these. And there's lots of other therapists who may not work with us directly, who are also kind of sharing their concerns and presenting alternatives. So we're glad to see more and more resources popping up for parents.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're conventional. We're the conventional psychotherapists who offer a conventional psychotherapeutic process. It's the new kid in town is the affirmative approach. That is the new deviation, and it's never actually been done in psychology or psychotherapy before. I think people don't know that, but they do kind of say afterwards, it did feel very unpsychological, if you follow me. It doesn't feel like that.